Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolutely critical episode, one where a kingdom that's been on a knife's edge is finally starting to crack. All these simmering tensions, in every corner of the realm, they're about to boil over. And it all happens because of a few very specific choices. So let's get into it and see how it all starts to fall apart.
Everything, and I mean everything, that's about to go wrong boils down to these three things. You've got a weapon that points to a would-be assassin, a carefully whispered lie that points to the wrong suspect, and then a really impulsive capture that just lights the fuse for an all-out war.
And that's really the big question we're tackling today, isn't it? We're going to watch how personal feelings, things like vengeance, and these big political games can just spiral completely out of control, dragging entire families and the kingdom itself into a fight with no easy way out.
So here's our game plan. We'll be tracking 4 different stories that are all happening at the same time. We've got a political deep dive in the capital, a huge misstep in the Riverlands, some tough lessons up at the Wall, and the rise of a queen across the sea. Trust me, following each one helps us see how this whole complicated web is being woven together.
Okay, first stop, we're heading south to King's Landing. This is where our hero, the super honorable Ned Stark, has just shown up to be the king's hand. He thinks he's there to bring back justice and order. What he doesn't realize is he's just walked straight into a pit of vipers.
So, in his very first small council meeting, Ned is totally surrounded by men playing a game he doesn't even know the rules to. You've got the sly Petyr Baelish, aka Littlefinger, the spy master Varys, who seems to know everything, and every single one of them has their own secret agenda. The real problem? Ned's honor, his straightforward nature, it makes him blind to just how deep their games go.
And the first problem he runs into is, well, it's a big one. 6 million. That's how much debt the crown is in, and a massive piece of that is owed to the Lannisters. So this isn't just about balancing the books, it's about the Queen's family having incredible political power. It's a huge wake-up call for Ned about just how rotten things have become.
And this is where the political mess becomes deeply, deeply personal. Ned's wife, Catelyn, shows up in secret. She's got the very dagger that was used in the attempt on their son Bran's life. And who's there to offer a helping hand? Petyr Baelish, of course. He takes one look at it and says it belongs to Tyrion Lannister. This is a cold, calculated lie, and it's designed to do one thing: cause chaos. It puts Ned on a direct collision course with the entire Lannister family.
So that lie, it has immediate consequences. While Ned is trying to investigate quietly in the capital, his wife Catelyn makes a very, very loud move. And her action isn't about finding the truth. It's the one single impulsive act that escalates everything into open conflict.
Picture this. Catelyn is on her way home, and by pure chance, she runs into Tyrion Lannister at an inn. She's filled with grief, she's armed with Littlefinger's lie, and she makes a decision that changes everything. She stands up in a room full of people, full of lords loyal to her family, and publicly accuses the Queen's brother of trying to murder her son. It is a breathtakingly bold move, and it turns a private suspicion into a public spectacle.
And make no mistake, this is it. This is the point of no return. You don't just kidnap the Queen's brother, the son of the richest, most powerful man in the country, without consequences. This isn't just an accusation anymore, it's an act of war. The secret bad blood is now out in the open, and there's no going back.
All right, now let's travel way, way north to the Wall. Ned Stark's son, Jon Snow, is fighting a totally different kind of battle. He thought he was joining this legendary order of heroes, right? But what he found was, well, it's more like a frozen penal colony. His story here is all about being broken down so he can be built back up into something new.
And believe it or not, some of the best advice he gets comes from Tyrion Lannister on the way to the Wall. He tells Jon, look, own the fact that you're a bastard, wear it like armor. Basically, embrace it so completely that no one can ever use it to hurt you. And that one conversation, it just completely shifts Jon's entire worldview.
You can see Jon's whole arc right here. He shows up, he's arrogant, better than everyone else, and they mock him for it, calling him Lord Snow. But after he listens to Tyrion, he changes. He starts defending this kid, Samwell Tarly, who's being bullied. And in that moment, he stops being an outcast and starts becoming a leader. He actually starts teaching the other recruits instead of looking down on them.
And now, let's take our final journey, all the way across the narrow sea. This is where Daenerys Targaryen is going through maybe the biggest change of anyone. The scared, timid girl who was sold to a Dothraki warlord, yeah, she's disappearing.
and in her place, a powerful queen is starting to emerge.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The change is incredible. She's no longer taking orders from her awful brother, Viserys. Instead, she's learning the language, she's learning the culture, and she's finally standing up for herself. She's earning the respect of her new people and fully stepping into her role as a Khaleesi.
But the real tipping point, the thing that changes everything for her, is finding out she's pregnant. See, the Dothraki have a prophecy about a great conqueror, the stallion who mounts the world, and they believe her son is that person. So this doesn't just give her status, it gives her a future, it gives her a legacy, and the absolute will to fight for it. She's not just a Targaryen by name anymore. Now she's a real player.
So we've jumped all over the map, right? Let's pull back now and look at the whole chessboard. Every single one of these stories, every character's journey is a piece in a much, much bigger puzzle. And by the end of this hour, all those pieces are set for war.
So let's recap. In the capital, Ned is digging into a secret that's way more dangerous than he realizes. In the Riverlands, Catelyn's rash decision has guaranteed a violent payback from the Lannisters. Up at the Wall, a new kind of leader is being forged in the ice. And all the way in the east, a Targaryen heir is on the way. A future threat to literally everyone fighting for power back in Westeros.
So war isn't just a possibility anymore. At this point, it's a certainty. And that leaves us with one final, haunting question. When honor, vengeance, and power all collide, who is going to be left to pick up the pieces?